And the mother again is crying. But these tears are not the same tears as Adil Bhai's tears. Khalid Bhai's mother's tears are crying and she's wondering, what have I done wrong? What have I done wrong that my son is like this? He doesn't pray, he doesn't fast. He drinks alcohol, he smokes weed. What have I done wrong? She's crying to herself that I've done something wrong. What have I done wrong? And she's worried. At 7 o'clock, Adil Bhai meets up with the brothers of the Muslim. They're loading up the car, ready for the Madani Qafla to travel. Meanwhile, Khalid Bhai is also loading his car as well. He's met up with his mates, but they're not loading up the sleeping bags and the Madani bags. They're loading up the cans of beer. They've got the car booted up, suited up, they've got all the stereos in there. They've gone and picked up the girls, they've got the weed, the smack. They're ready for a night out on the town. Meanwhile, Adil Bhai and the Qafla, they're beginning to travel. They arrive at the town, and because Isha's quite late, decide, well, what we'll do is we'll unload all our street, all our stuff, and we'll go out and we'll do Ilaqai Dora Barani Ki Dawat. So they decide to walk around the streets, because they think we've got a few hours yet. Isha's not upon us, we might as well walk around the streets, meet the brothers here, do Infradi Koshish and let them know that there's a Madani Qafla here. Let them know that there's a Madani Qafla here for the next couple of days, and inshallah over the next couple of days, these same people will come into the masjid. Meanwhile, Khalid Bhai arrives at the time that he's going as well. But what it is the nightclub that they want to go to, that doesn't open till 10, 11 o'clock. So they decide that what they'll do is they'll cruise round. They'll ride around the streets. And what they're doing is they've got their music full blast on, and they're cruising around the streets. Adil Bhai and the brothers on the Madani Qafla, they're walking the streets. All of a sudden, a car comes round the corner. And it's heading towards the Madani Qafla, and all the brothers jump out of the way. The brakes screech, and the car hits Adil Bhai. It hits Adil Bhai, and the car then veers off and hits a tree. Who was driving the car? It was Khalid Bhai. Both of them were taken to hospital. Both of them were put in intensive care. The doctor has said that we don't know what's going to happen. In Adil Bhai's room, all the Madani Qafla are sitting for him. They're doing dua for him. Some of the brothers are concerned and they're reading Surah Yasin for him because the doctor said we don't know what will happen. They're all sitting there, they're doing dua for him, they're reciting because they park upon him in the hope that maybe. Meanwhile, in Khalid Bhai's room, the people, his girlfriends, his mates, they're all looking at the watch thinking, what are we doing here? You know? Has anybody got the number of his family? You know, we're missing out here, we should be in a club now, you know, what's happened here? And they're trying to get in touch with his family so that his family can come and they can get out of here. Adil Bhai's room, alhamdulillah, he's been unconscious, but he opened his eyes. And as he opened his eyes, he said, As-salatu was-salamu alaykum ya Rasulullah. And as you all say, subhanAllah, the brothers were in the Madani Qafla, they said the same as well. And they're all happy that alhamdulillah, Adil Bhai's eyes are open. Meanwhile, in Khalid Bhai's room, his eyes are also open. But when his eyes open, because he's had alcohol in him, because he's lived a life like this, he's effing and he's blinding and he's swearing. Because that's all he knows, my neighbours. The instinct is taken over and he's swearing to himself. My neighbours doing my Quran said that if you swear, it is as if you are eating excrement. It is as if you are eating excrement and you cannot be clean. It is worse than eating excrement. So he's swearing and he's effing and he's blinding. Meanwhile, back in Adil Bhai's room, it's got worse. He's gone back unconscious again. And the doctors have said, we don't know what's going to happen. It's touch and go, anything could happen. Back in Khalid Bhai's room, the same thing happens again. His eyes close and the doctors say to his mates, but we don't know what's going to happen, anything could happen. In Adil Bhai's room, his eyes open up once again. And he recites the kalama. And he closes his eyes and he's passed away. So Khalid Bhai, his eyes open up again. And he swears for the last time. And he closes his eyes and he's passed away. The next day, my dear brothers, in the local masjid, it is the Namaz-e Janazah of Adil Bhai. The same Islamic brothers that were on the Madani Qafla, they performed the ghusl of Adil Bhai. And when they come out to perform the ghusl, they've got tears in their eyes and they're saying to the brothers that, you know, Adil Bhai, he had nur on his face. We performed the ghusl and it was as if he was resting, his body was so soft. He had nur coming out of his face. And as they performed the namaz-e-janazah, all the people come. And everybody is saying that, Alhamdulillah, Adar Bhai was a good person. He used to do neki ki dawat. He used to invite people to the masjid. He respected his elders. He never swore, he never lied. He was a good person. And the Prophet of Allah said that when someone passes away, if people talk good about that person, then Jannah becomes wajib for that person. All the people are saying that Adar Bhai was such a good person. And they carry him to the graveyard, and all the brothers are there. Alhamdulillah, they carry him to the graveyard. And when they go to the graveyard, they bury him. And all the Islamic brothers, they stay behind. They stay behind at the graveyard. They do dua for him. They're reciting naats beside his grave. And for the next 12 nights, every night the brothers are there in his graveyard. And they're having him out in the night. Meanwhile, during these 12 nights, the janazah of Khalid Bhai is not happening yet. There's been complications. They have to do an autopsy. Because they found that maybe there was alcohol in his bloodstream. So they're doing this autopsy on him. And his body's been cut open, and they're doing all these tests on his body. And eventually, when the body is released, and it's the time for ghusl, then same brothers who performed the ghusl on Adar Bhai, they've been asked, brothers, can you please come and perform the ghusl? And when they perform the ghusl, they come out of the room after they perform the ghusl, and they don't say anything. They're quiet. They don't want to say what they've seen, and they remain quiet. When the namaz-e-janazah is about to happen, those same friends of Khalid Bhai, they turn up, and they're looking at each other. How do you perform the namaz-e-janazah? Why are all these brothers so close to each other? There's no room here to do sajda. They don't know how to perform the namaz-e-janazah. And the same thing again, they stood at the back because they want to get out of here quick. When the namaz-e-janazah is performed, and before the namaz-e-janazah, people are talking to each other, questioning each other. Do you know that when Khalid Bhai died, he had a girlfriend in the cavalry? Do you know that he used to drink alcohol? Do you know that he used to drink weed? Do you know he used to do this? He cheated me, he did this. They're all talking ill of him. They're all talking bad about him. And the same way, my dear, the Prophet of Allah said that when someone passes away, and if all the people start talking ill about that person, then hell becomes wajib for that person. When namaz-e-janazah happens. But those friends, the so-called friends, they've all disappeared. And it's those same Muslim brothers that carry his body to the graveyard. It's the same Muslim brothers that lower him into the graveyard and do dua. These two people are now into the grave. The dark and lonely grave, my dear brothers, that we're all going to go to. No matter where you live, no matter what you've got, you're going to go into that dark and lonely grave. And when you go into that dark and lonely grave, my dear brothers, you're going to get questions asked. Questions are going to be asked about you. These two brothers made a choice. The choices were different. And I remember once I was talking to somebody, and he said that on New Year's Eve, there was a method in the masjid. And two brothers in the same house. I told you this story is that someone wrote. But there were two brothers in the same house, and there were two bathrooms in this house. And one person was performing ghusl, getting ready to go to the method, and the other brother was having a shower, getting ready to go for a night out at the time. So this does happen, my dears. So they're now in this dark and lonely grave. That final koti that we're going to have, that final place that we prepared all our life, or we should have prepared all our life for. We're in that home, that final home, and the angels come and they ask us our question. Who is our Lord? First question, who is your Lord? Now my dear brothers, these questions are not like any other exam paper. Because in this world, I've been to college and university, maybe there's some of the brothers that have been here. And occasionally the lecturer, he will give you a clue. This question is going to be on the exam paper. That question is going to be on the exam paper. And you prepare yourself. You get ready to be able to answer that question. My dear brothers, I can tell you the questions that are going to be asked today. But you cannot prepare these answers just with your tongue. You have to prepare these answers with the whole body. With your eyes, your ears, your hands, every part of your body, you have to prepare yourself for the answer. First question, who is your Lord? Now the tongue tries to say, my Lord is Allah Azza wa Jal. The body says, no. Your Lord is Allah Azza wa Jal? No. Your Lord was money. Your Lord was women. That's what you ran after. Meanwhile, Adar Bhai in the grave, you'll be able to answer these questions. Because he lived his life according to the sunnah of the Prophet of Allah. What is your deen? Again, Khalid Bhai in the grave is confused. He doesn't know what he's talking about, what the angels are asking. He remembers somebody mentioning it once, but the body starts to say,